Hi, I'm Nikki and I'm going to just do a pastel painting of our dog Roscoe. What I wanted to say to you first was you should get a scrap of paper and with a pencil just practice the position of the eyes and the nose. Just try and get those proportions right. You can see here that the distance between the middle of the eyes and the top of the head is about the same as it is to the bottom of the mouth. And the nose forms like a triangular shape. It's about the same distance as it is from each side of the eye down to the nose. Your pet. You just need to practice the proportions and then you can transfer that to your own fresh sheet of paper when you start to do your pastel sketch. I'm just going to demonstrate to you here with this eye. Can you see that? Most pets, most animals and people, we have an eyeball. Well, obviously the eyeball's behind the eyelid like this. But you have a pupil, which is where all the light comes in, you can see. And you have the iris, which is the colourful bit. And then generally you have shadows over the top where the eyelid is. And that's what makes it look, if you can put the shadows in, that's what will make it look sort of 3D. But what you've got to remember is, and you can just about see it on there, is that there's always a bit of a shine in the eye. And if there isn't, put one in. You need to have some white shine to give the eyes some light and some life. They need to be twinkling. And it's the same with the nose. This is a pink nose. But if you've got a dog with a black nose, they will have a little bit of shine on their nose that shows that they've got a wet nose and gives them a bit of life. So what I would generally do is I would put in a little bit of an area where the white is, where the twinkle is and where the shine is, and I'd leave that white. With these pastel pencils, it's very difficult to put white on top of black and make it bright. So you need to remember to do this almost first. I'm putting in the white bit of the reflection of the eye, and I'm going to do that on these two eyes in a minute, and then a little bit of sketching where I want the black. I'm going to finish the black at the end though, and then what I'm going to do is show you that you need to put in some colour and brown around the edge like that. Gives you this yellowy bit here which looks like a reflection. And then what you probably need to do is put some darker brown where the shadows are, and you see how that makes that eye look like it's in the shadow of the eyelid. With the black pupil, very dark in the middle. And can you see how the white shine is left? If you take a little bit of your crayon and drag some of the white, it'll give it a grayer white, but it'll make the eyeball look round. So I've got these eyes and I'm starting to fill in some of the detail. I'm going to go like that with the pupils. Pupil goes above the shine bit, little shine, and then this side again put the shine, leave the shine there where the little bit of white is, fill in the pupil, the black bit, and then what we need is a little bit of brown to sort of do the shadowy bit under the eyelid, like that. You need to keep your pencils quite sharp. You might have to get a little sharpener or get someone to do it for you. Okay, so that comes around like that. I'm going to take a little bit of this white pencil, can you still see that? And just drag it down a little bit. So now I've got some big doleful eyes. Then round the edge I want to put a little bit more black in. I want to give it some outline, a bit of strength. Same this side, although you can't really see the outline too clearly on this. A little bit of imagination might be needed. That's called artistic license. Okay. So Roscoe's got quite a lot of browns and shady bits around here. You know, this hasn't got to be perfect. This is fun, and this should be more scribbly than too detailed. You see how that bit goes away there? And this bit round here like this. So that's that little bit there, that dark bit that is above the eyelid. Okay. And then a lot of this is oranges and yellows. So just put the shaded, just put the brown bits in where you've got the darker bits. And he's got this strange marking around his eyes. And then this side he's got another funny marking. But it's not got to be perfect. These are kind of like chalks, sophisticated chalks, pastels. What I'm going to do now is back to the black and try and give myself some lines where I've got these dark bits down the side of his face, and then I can start putting in some white bits. Okay, there's another bit of the shadow. Comes down like that. Putting some yellows in now, where the yellow bits are. Let's get some of these. There we go, let's have some scribbles, let's have some fun now. I was saying, once you get some of the main detail in, you can go scribbly with these. Let's get that eyebrow in there. Some of these oranges here. And here. This is sort of a yellow ochre colour. We can add some oranges in a minute. So the other thing we need to do is to do the nose, and although I've sort of sketched it out, you can see if you're in the right place when you come to add some of the colours. If I take this orange and I go across, so I've got a little spot there, little fluffy spot. That can have some brown on it as well, or some burgundy, like that. Then there's another one here, little, oh hang on, that's a bit high in the air, but somewhere there. Let's bring this down a bit. I've got one there, and then we've got a bigger one there. And then this bit here, bringing us down onto the orange bit above his nose. There we go, like that. We've got that pinky orangey nose. A little bit of a line there where that nose finishes. And then we need a bit of a nostrils. So Again, remember the line of the eyes, sort of like that. The nose has got to be similar down here, on a similar plane, so your nostrils go on that same sort of tilt. Again, once these dark bits are in, I can go over them at the end with some black to make them even darker. You're building up layers as much as you can with pastel crayons. Okay, then he has that funny bit down there. Okay, so back to his eyes again. Got orange this time. Let's get some oranges in. Shed a few bits in the oranges. There we go, a bit of orange in there. And in there. And this bit here. Darker there. get some darker colours in, some blues, like shadows. And then where we started to put in some of the whites, we can put them in a bit stronger. And overlap some of these blues, and that will shade them into a grey, a type of grey. Again, like I said earlier, we're not being precious about where everything is. We're doing it more scribbly and where we think things are. Okay, that's about right. I might just use the dark colour just to do a few more shadows under here. Give it a little bit more depth. Oh, we've got his little name tag on there. Some shadow next to it. Bit of orangey colours around there, because it's a bronze name tag by the looks. And then I might use this actually in the, it's a terracotta, I might just use a bit of this in his ears. Just give me a bit more orange. There. And there we go. If you had a big hairy dog with lots of fluff and hair, this would be quite good fun. Again, a little bit of dark bits at the bottom, where it's underneath there in shade. This is a charcoal pencil, and it's not black, as in as dark as you think it would be, although it says black on it, because it's charcoal. So it gives it like a dark grey without being too harsh. And sometimes you can just do shadows if you want with it, like this, you see. And if you want, you can put a bit of background. You can just do some like lines, give it some depth. And this side, if you want, like the old sketches. But once I've done a background, I would always just put a few highlights on the front, so that you bring the picture forward a little bit. Also, if you're using pastels like this, you may need to get some spray fixative to stop the, it's essentially a chalk, so chalk does crumble a little bit when you move the paper around. Okay, I don't think I want to work that too hard. Can you see how they smudge? You can always get that off with a rubber, or not worry about it at all. You're just going to do a little bit of black in his nostrils there, where his very dark nostrils.